A rising online conspiracy known as the Great Reset asserts that a world elite is exploiting the coronavirus outbreak to destroy capitalism and impose extreme social transformation. This Dispatches article looks at how the theory is spreading across Dutch online communities. Thierry Baudet, the leader of the Dutch right-wing populist group Forum for Democracy, has been instrumental in mainstreaming it in particular. Do you want to know all the details on why the Great Reset is real? Well, if yes, then stay tuned because we'll explain all the details in this video. The usual setting for making decisions is radically shifting as a result of the COVID-19 crisis and the political, economic, and social shocks that it has brought about. Amidst a worldwide backdrop of concern for our lives, livelihoods, and the environment, the inconsistencies, inadequacies, and contradictions of numerous systems from health and finances to energy and education are more apparent than ever before. At a critical juncture in history, leaders must balance short-term pressures with medium and long-term uncertainties. The World Economic Forum. With its headquarters in Switzerland, the World Economic Forum, or WEF, primarily functions as a global foundation that works to influence political and commercial figures. It's well known for its yearly summit at Davos, when world leaders from politics, industry, and the media convene at the ski resort to talk about important topics. Several concepts can be included in the Great Reset. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, the world's political, corporate, and social organizations may want to address pre-existing geopolitical concerns like global warming, according to Klaus Schwab, the founder and executive chairman at the WEF, who has also co-authored the book with this title, The Great Reset Initiative and Its Goals. What exactly is the Great Reset? In reaction to the COVID-19 epidemic, the World Economic Forum developed the Great Reset Initiative as a strategy for economic recovery. The project was introduced in June of 2020, and to commemorate the occasion, a film with the Prince of Wales was released at the time. The initiative's declared goal is to make it easier to recover from the COVID-19 crisis on a global scale while putting focus on sustainable growth. Klaus Schwab came up with the idea, and it's developed over the past few years. It's based on the opinion that the global economy is seriously troubled. According to Schwab, a number of variables, including the pandemic's disastrous effects on world society, the unwinding of the technological revolution, and the effects of climate change, have made the situation significantly worse. It calls for fairer outcomes and a rethinking of global investment and government expenditure in order to revive the world's economy in light of the catastrophic economic effects of the pandemic. Also in 2020, the WEF announced the commencement of the Grand Reset Initiative, which it claims aims to urgently lay the groundwork for our economic and social system for a fairer, more sustainable, and more resilient post-COVID future. A video starring Prince Charles was published to celebrate the commencement of the Great Reset, which has been the theme of the WEF festivities. In addition to having a section dedicated to it on its website, the WEF has also produced a number of articles and podcasts on the topic during the economic crisis brought on by COVID-19. The 2021 World Economic Forum Annual Conference in Davos in Switzerland, with the subject The Great Reset, was slated for January of that year. The summit was delayed twice, first to May 2021 and then to May of 2022 as a result of COVID-19. Then, the Russian invasion of Ukraine was the main topic of discussion at the Davos 2022 summit, which had its theme, History at a Turning Point. Wait a minute, are you part of the 99% of viewers who haven't subscribed to Proactive Investing? Well, if so, then now's the time to join us and subscribe. Now, let's dive deeper into the topic at hand. Is the Great Reset legit? Criticisms of the Great Reset Initiative. The Great Reset Initiative and the World Economic Forum, more broadly, have come under fire from some commentators for encouraging economic deregulation and giving unrepresentative private business, particularly large multinational corporations, a bigger say in how policies are made at the expense of governmental institutions. Several critics claim that if the Great Reset were to occur, it would usher in a crony capitalist or ultra-conservative neo-medieval world order. The campaign resulted in the spread of various conspiracy theories by a number of people who are not politically connected, as well as right-wing, American far-right, conservative, and commentators on social media sites such as Facebook and Twitter. Such theories include unfounded claims that the COVID-19 pandemic was created by a secret organization in order to seize control of the world economy, that lockdown restrictions were purposefully implemented to cause an economic meltdown, or that a global elite was attempting to abolish private property while using COVID-19 to enslave humanity with vaccines. When political figures, including Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, and US President Joe Biden discussed a post-COVID-19 reset in their remarks, the severity of the Great Reset conspiracy theories intensified. The conspiracy theories surrounding the Great Reset. Under cover of COVID-19, conspiracy theorists claim that this program is actually a scheme to eliminate capitalists and establish a one-world government. According to an analyst of the Great Reset plot by The Guardian, the global elite is using COVID-19 as an opportunity to carry out radical policies such as forced vaccination, digital ID cards, and the renunciation of private property, which is one of the conspiracy's main tenets. Since November of 2020, what was once an isolated conspiracy that was restricted to the web's periphery has evolved into its own disinformation ecosystem. This has been made possible in part by the promotion provided by right-wing US media giants like Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson. Both have used parts of the Great Reset thesis to support their claims that capitalism and liberties are being undermined. The WEF is reportedly dominated by Jews who are utilizing the Great Reset to establish a one-world government, according to anti-Semitic tropes that have been documented by the Anti-Defamation League. Ida Auken, a Danish MP who is also a young global leader and a member of the Council on Cities and Urbanization, wrote an article just before the 2016 annual WEF meeting of the Global Future Councils in which she envisioned how technology could improve our lives by 2030 if the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals were realized through the fusion of these technologies. The article was uploaded to the official WEF website and later republished by Forbes. According to Auken's scenario, the emergence and application of new digital technologies to areas like communication, energy, transportation, and lodging would lead to a greater access and lower costs, eventually putting an end to crises like lifestyle diseases, climate change, the refugee crisis, environmental degradation, completely congested cities, water pollution, air pollution, social unrest, and unemployment. These are things that are prevalent in the early 21st century. The need for private ownership of commodities or real estate is eliminated at the conclusion of the scenario in 2030, when everything that was previously a product is now a freely accessible service. The article's initial title was "Greetings from the Year 2030. Life has never been better for me because I own nothing and have no privacy," and it has drawn criticism for portraying an unachievable utopia at the expense of privacy. In response, Auken changed the title of the article to "Here's How Life Could Change in My City by the Year 2030, and added an author's note explaining that the article was merely a hypothetical future scenario rather than any personal utopia of her own, and that it was meant to start a discussion about some of the pros and cons of the current technological development in a way that she claimed conventional reports could not. The loss of privacy is characterized as negative in both versions of the text. In conclusion, the Great Reset is a concept that has been gaining traction across the globe in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. While it's been embraced by some as a necessary step towards a more sustainable and equitable world, others view it as a sinister plot by a global elite to eliminate capitalism and establish a one-world government. Regardless of one's opinion on the matter, it's important to stay informed and separate fact from fiction, especially when it comes to this contentious issue. Only then can we make informed decisions about the future of our world. And that was all for today. What do you think? Will we own nothing and still be happy in 2030? Comment your thoughts down below and subscribe to Proactive Investing. See you in the next video.